The moment the lights dimmed and the world seemed to hold its breath, no one could have predicted that history was about to be rewritten. Jungkook of BTS did not simply step forward as an artist that night. He emerged as a force that transcended generations, borders, and definitions. This was not just another chapter in a successful career. This was the moment the story shifted, when the name Jungkook stopped being spoken only as a superstar and began to be whispered, declared, and remembered as a legend. For years, Jungkook had been known as the Golden Maknae, the youngest member of BTS with seemingly endless talent. Singing, dancing, performing, adapting, he did it all with a natural ease that made it look effortless. But legends are not born from talent alone. Legends are forged through time, pressure, sacrifice, and moments when expectations become unbearable. Jungkook faced all of that and more, standing at the intersection of global fame and personal identity, and choosing not to break, but to evolve. From the earliest days of BTS, Jungkook was a symbol of potential. He joined the group as a teenager, carrying dreams larger than his own understanding of the world. Cameras followed his growth, capturing not just performances but transformations, his voice deepening, his movements sharpening, his presence expanding. Fans watched him grow up in real time, and with each year, the question grew louder. How far could Jungkook really go? The answer, it turned out, was far beyond what anyone imagined. As BTS conquered global charts and stadiums, Jungkook's role became increasingly pivotal. His vocals anchored songs that crossed languages and cultures. His performances became viral moments, replayed millions of times, studied, celebrated, and imitated. Yet even at the peak of group success, Jungkook carried an unspoken weight. The world saw perfection, but behind the scenes was relentless discipline, self-doubt, and the constant pressure to live up to an image that grew larger every day. Then came the era that changed everything. When Jungkook began stepping into the spotlight as a solo force, it was no longer about proving his talent. He had already done that. It was about defining his legacy. Each release felt intentional, deliberate, and deeply personal. His music did not chase trends, it shaped them. His voice, once recognized as powerful, now carried emotional depth that resonated across continents. Listeners who had never followed K-pop found themselves drawn in, unable to ignore the sincerity and intensity embedded in every note. This was when history truly began to take form. Global charts reacted not with surprise, but with submission. Records fell one after another, not because of marketing alone, but because of undeniable impact. Jungkook's presence on international platforms blurred the lines between East and West, idol and artist, pop star and cultural figure. He wasn't just being listened to, he was being felt. His songs became soundtracks to personal moments, shared emotions, and collective memories. What made Jungkook's rise extraordinary was not only the numbers, but the narrative. He represented a generation raised under scrutiny, navigating fame in the age of constant visibility. Every move was analyzed, every expression dissected, every silence questioned. And yet, instead of retreating, Jungkook leaned into authenticity. He allowed vulnerability to coexist with strength, softness with power. In doing so, he redefined what it meant to be a global male artist in the modern era. The performances during this period were nothing short of historic. Stages transformed into emotional landscapes, where Jungkook commanded attention without demanding it. His dance was precise yet expressive, his vocals raw yet controlled. Audiences, whether in packed arenas or watching through screens, sensed they were witnessing something rare. These were not performances designed to impress alone. They were experiences meant to connect. Industry veterans began to speak differently about him. No longer just a member of the world's biggest group, Jungkook was recognized as an artist whose influence would ripple for decades. Comparisons emerged, not as exaggerations, but as attempts to contextualize something unprecedented. Yet even those comparisons fell short, because Jungkook's path was uniquely his own. The cultural impact extended beyond music. Fashion houses, creative directors, and global brands aligned themselves with his image, not merely for visibility, but for meaning. Jungkook embodied a balance of modern masculinity, strong yet gentle, confident yet introspective. Young fans saw themselves reflected in his struggles, and aspirations. Older audiences recognized echoes of legends who once defined entire eras. What truly cemented Jungkook's legendary status, however, was his relationship with ARMY. This bond was not transactional. It was emotional and reciprocal. He spoke openly about gratitude, fear, ambition, and love, breaking the barrier between icon and individual. Fans did not just support his journey, they felt like participants in it. Every achievement became a shared victory. Every challenge a collective moment of resilience. As time passed, the narrative around Jungkook shifted from "what will he do next?" to "how will history remember this?" Critics who once hesitated now acknowledged his role in reshaping global pop culture. Academics and commentators began discussing BTS and Jungkook in broader conversations about globalization, identity, and cultural exchange. His name appeared not just in entertainment news, but in discussions about influence and legacy. And then came the moment that sealed it, a milestone that could not be ignored, an achievement that reframed the conversation entirely. It wasn't just about breaking a record, it was about redefining what was possible. Jungkook had crossed a threshold where success became significance. The reaction was immediate and overwhelming. Social media erupted, headlines declared a new era, and fans around the world felt the weight of witnessing history in real time. In that moment, Jungkook was no longer chasing greatness. He had become it. Yet, what makes his story even more compelling is the sense that this is not an ending, but a foundation. Legends are not static figures frozen in time. They are evolving narratives that continue to inspire long after their first impact. Jungkook's journey suggests that his greatest contributions may still lie ahead, shaped by experience, reflection, and an ever-deepening artistic voice. Looking back, it is clear that Jungkook's rise was never accidental. It was built on years of unseen effort, silent sacrifices, and an unwavering commitment to growth. Every rehearsal, every moment of doubt, every risk taken contributed to this point. History does not remember perfection, it remembers perseverance. And Jungkook embodies that truth that as new artists emerge and trends come and go, the standard he has set will remain. Future generations will look back at this era and point to Jungkook as a defining figure, someone who expanded the boundaries of what an artist from Korea could achieve on the world stage. His influence will be felt not only in music, but in the courage of artists who dare to dream without limits. In the end, legends are not declared by titles or trophies alone. They are recognized by impact, by the way their presence alters the course of an industry and the hearts of millions. Jungkook BTS has done exactly that. He has broken boundaries that once seemed unbreakable and, in doing so, carved his name into history. The story of Jungkook is no longer just a success story. It is a legend in the making, one that will be told, retold, and remembered for generations to come. History has been rewritten. Jungkook of BTS has officially crossed every boundary and carved his name into the legacy of global music. From the Golden Maknae to an icon for the ages, this is the story of how Jungkook shattered limits, redefined success, and became a living legend. Witness the journey, the sacrifices, the unforgettable moments, and the impact that changed K-pop and the world forever. This is not just a story of fame, this is history in the making.